if you're trying to heat up like a cavern over here, I have like housing and I have my mushroom cultivation over here. And if you're trying to heat it, so if I press H, as you can see, it is heated and I have zero pollution for now in this vicinity. So how did I do it? So if you look carefully over here in the middle, I have a stair. So make sure you press Z over here to be in slice view technically. So if I press Z like this and press V to get inside my, cavern, if I press F, I kind of like mine above like 9 square tiles, as you can see, and I put a stair in the middle. And if you press F again, I mine the entire area over here. It doesn't have to be the entire area as long as you have like a hole over here. As you can see, there's like a little hole. There's one over here. If I press V, it goes all the way down in this vicinity, right? So if I press H again, you can tell that the heat is going downward in through the holes and some sort of like ventilation. The only place that you have some pollution is over here, which is like around 8% pollution. But this is gonna get a little bit higher because if I press F, see right now it says 28% pollution. It's gonna go up to 60% pollution. So the way in order to remedy the amount of pollution that will be generated downward is to actually go a higher level. So if I go a third level over here or a higher level over here, it means that the lower you go down, the less pollution it's going to do, right? So another thing is, as you can see, there's another hole in my main floor. So if I press V and there's another hole over here, press V. So this is my secondary base where I have my housing. And if I press H, you can see that this part over here, because there's a hole up here, what happened is that it kind of heats up this area in this vicinity coming from the 4th floor. So if I go 4 floor above, this is where you have my bonfire. So if I go 4 floors under, 1, 2, 3, and 4, it will heat up all the way down here. And at the same time, you have zero pollution on the 4th floor because it's far away, right? However, the more you go higher like this, so basically here the radius is pretty large. As you can see, it goes all the way like this, right? But as you go down, the radius gets smaller. If you go even lower, the radius gets smaller. So if I go even lower, the radius will be even smaller. You know what I mean? So that's the only inconvenience. So you have to decide how big you want your radius. So me, I go 2 floors. So this is my main floor. And if I go 2 floor up, it's over here, as you can see, right? Make sure you put the stairs over here, right? And make sure when you make the stairs, like I'm going to remove this stairs, right? So when you make a stair, make sure there's nothing in front of the stair, because if you put, let's say, a makeshift path like this over here, like this guy over here, it's not going to work. So if I go downstairs and if I try to put the same stair again, see, it doesn't work. It says it's blocked. Why? Because there is a path over here. Make sure there's nothing. There you go. Here as well, make sure there's nothing. Don't put a path over here. See, if I put a path, if you put a path over here, it's not going to work. So if I put my stair, it's not working. See, it's blocked. So make sure you remove anything here and above as well. And then when you go down, put the stair, it works. Boom. So when you go up here, it's going to go all around and people can come over here to put the fuel technically. Another thing that I need to show you is if you go to the right, there's a tunnel. As you can see, this is kind of like a passageway which, allow people to come by in order to put the fuel. So the fuel is an essential warehouse, and I have my fire tender over here. So they're gonna pick up the fuel, like most likely it's gonna be here. Let me see if there is any fuel. There is 50 fuel, so yeah, the fire tender will come over here, pick it up. So as you can see, they're going like this, all the way the stairs, going this way, press Z, and then there's the tunnel over here, right? And over here, there's the bonfire. Then I dig downward, so I press V. So I made a like 9 square tile. And then I went down over here, put another stairs, which brings them all the way down over here. So when I go up and I press H, see, like if you see the hole, it's basically coming from here because the heat is over here. So the hole has to be here. But at the same time, the heat will propagate like in this radius, which is pretty good, by the way, because you see my mushroom, if you look over here, this is where my mushroom are, like over here, this entire vicinity, right? It goes all the way to the top over here, but the heat will stop around here, as you can see, because like I said, the more you go 2 floors up, the more the radius will be smaller when you go down, right? So if you want to have heat over here in order to heat your mushroom tiles, then you need to put like another bonfire, but it should be around somewhere here. So if you put your, well, don't put it here, because if you put it here, if you go down, it's going to be pollution over here by a lot. If you don't want any pollution, I suggest that you put the bonfire somewhere around here, right? So that it will heat up in this area without polluting this much. So as you can see, if I press P, the pollution's at 0% over here, so that's nothing. The pollution is more in the middle over here, where is the bonfire located as well, 2 floors up. All right, so it's very important to calculate the distance. So if you want to heat up this area, then you have to go over here, but then go 2 floors up, 1, 2, and this is where I should put my bonfire in order to heat up this area over here. The heat should propagate if I mine the entire area over here, and it should be enough to, you know, heat up my entire mushroom cultivation. And as you can see, the pollution will go higher because over here it says 29.1, 0.3, 0.4. It goes higher. It's going to go all the way to 60%, right? So right now it's just accumulating the pollution, but it's going to go to 60%. And when you go down, this place is going to be around, I think, 20%. But nobody passes over here a lot, by the way. So hopefully nobody, you know, gets pollution debuff or whatever. That's that. And over here, well, it's always around 0%, 1%, which is fine. And people get to cultivate the mushroom. So I hope that this helped. If it does, please like and sub. And thanks for watching. Cheers.